And we're live. We are the Dicks in the Dark, and this is Level Up Live. I am your Dungeon Master, DM Steve, and if you like this kind of content with D&D live streams and all that kind of thing, hit that like button and subscribe to help us grow our channel. Today, the Dicks in the Dark here are Garrett, our good friend and webmaster, and he has a hot dog in front of his face. At the moment, he's playing the fighter Chuck Testa. We have Dungeon Dan, who is not on screen at the moment. My brother.
And will not be for this particular session.
Gotcha. He is playing the cleric Sarducci. We've got our good friend Cameron, who is star of the Jewel Man franchise here on YouTube. He is playing John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt the second, right? Yeah,
Of course.
and
His
that
name
is
is
our
my name too.
it is. That's our thief, and then my kiddo Harrow, of course, is playing the magic user Craven Moorhead. So proud. So, when last we met, your characters had pretty much cleared out the first floor of the dungeon right here. You had broken every single door on the first level, or at least every door that you were able to find, to make it easier for you to traverse through the first level. And then, of course, you went down right there into that staircase. Now you are on the second level. You had one single room that you had an encounter in. It was a large room with a mirrored wall. I think John had smacked one of his weapons against the wall, creating a loud noise which deafened you all and also alerted some ogres to your position. Despite being temporarily deafened, you were able to dispatch said ogres. That is pretty much where you guys are right now. You've got a little bit of a map here.
Okay.
And
So we're in this little mirror room. That's right. Okay,
yeah,
so we're right
so
here. This is the mirror room where we killed the ogres. And they came from this doorway, which is the only one that we haven't explored in this room. We came from the south. So if I'm assuming everyone is good to go, let's head through the door or the archway, whatever it happens to be.
Well, there's no doors allowed. There's
Oh,
definitely
I
no
mean,
door.
it won't be a door for long. Let's just say that. So,
so I guess then the question is, are you going to smash that door?
I would prefer to smash it after we see what's beyond it.
Just like you can smash the like button and subscribe to Dicks in the Dark.
Well, there was no,
It's
I'm
coming
asking
down.
about the door to enter the room because that's the only door that there is, right?
Oh, right there.
Uh,
There's, from what I understand, this is the mirror room. The door
yes.
we came through was the south door, which led from the winding staircase. And then the ogres came from this passage slash door on the very west side of the room, right up against the wall.
Did they? I
Or do I have that? Do I have that mistaken? Is there nothing there?
think you might have that mistaken.
I'm trying to remember though, is this a door and is this a door as well, or are they dead ends?
I
Yeah,
think this
yeah.
must have been a dead end.
Yes. So
Okay.
no, those are not dead ends. There is no, when you were down, so to refresh, because it's been a while since we've played this hallway here,
Mm-hmm.
there's there's a door here at the end of this little hallway. And
Okay.
Okay.
then there is, you came from down here, like this is the stairs that you came from. And then
Gotcha.
there's more down here. So
Oh, so this is
these
stairs.
two
Okay, I gotcha.
areas,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense.
So is there no other um, places to go from the mirror room except backwards from where we came?
Correct.
Okay. I'll just know why that was there.
Yeah, I'm not sure
All right.
either.
Well then, so the ogres must have come from behind us then.
They did. Yeah.
So let us I guess we can break the door that we came from, since that's fine now.
Yeah, that was my question, because that's what I was thinking. Oh, are you gonna go ahead and just because that's what I thought Garrett meant. It was that he meant, hey, let's go ahead and blow up this door here, the one that's the door into the room that you just came through.
Sounds good to me.
Well, yeah, it said it, so now I have to do it. Sure. Strength, I assume.
Wait, I'm silly.
Woo!
All right, so
That
Chuck,
door is
Nice.
toast.
yeah, Chuck tears this door off the hinges, rah, and
20
it's
some
gone.
odd years. 20 some odd years in the future, some new adventuring party is going to be coming through here. Why are there no doors in here? There are no doors in this dungeon at all.
Damn right there isn't.
Needs to, like, write on the wall, Chuck Testa was here.
Okay. So we break down that door. I would assume the best course of action is probably to go to the other door at where this hallway split in two. Um, so I'm gonna walk down and peer around the hall. Is that door open?
So if you're leaving the room, so you peer down the hall that would be to your left, to the east.
Yes.
That
Yes.
door is closed. It's about 10 feet down, and I don't believe you've interacted with that door at all, or even gone down there. I think you've just looked.
Okay. Then let's do this. Listen to door, and then search for traps. And if all that is good, I will attempt to open the lock if it is locked.
Okay. So you search for traps, and you are able to find a trap. It looks like that if you attempt to open this door, something will be ejected from a vent above the door.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, so you'll have to make a roll to see if you can disarm this trap.
Um. Ooh. All right. I'm going to because whether it be like gaseous or liquid, it would be hard to contain that. Like even if we held something against the vent. So I think I'm just gonna try to remove the lock, and if I fail, I'm gonna bolt backwards. So give me some space.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be locked, so as long as you can get this trap off. So you are able to mess with it, and it seemed like there is that yeah, there's some mechanism that created that, but you're confident that you have removed that mechanism.
Cool. Then I open the door.
When you open the door, The door enters this room with the most of the room being to your right or to the south. So this door is like the north wall is just to your left. It's about 15 feet wide, so looking straight about 15 feet. But then down to the south, it looks like it goes about 35 to 40 feet.
Okay,
So it's
so
a
I'm going to
so it's a
take
pretty big kind of a long room.
that. Do a little map readjusting here.
At the moment, John looking into the room can see that there are 3 sets of columns to the south
It's
that
not
go
my
from
line.
floor to ceiling, and that there are also plates on the ground, brass, ornate looking plates between the columns, and then it looks like there is a statue down at the end, all the way to the south in the center, past the columns and these plates on the ground. And
By
you'd have to
plates, you
really.
mean dinner
So they're.
plates, like serving plates?
No, they're kind of like metal tiles,
Like
essentially.
pressure plates.
Oh, okay.
Possibly, you're not really sure. They look like they're brass and they go down between it. If you're looking closely, there are 5 on the ground. So there's a pair of columns and then a plate between them. Then there's another plate, and then there's a pair of columns with a plate between them. And then there's another plate, and then there's a pair of columns with a plate between them. And then just past that final plate, it looks like there's a statue.
Okay. Steve, real quick, for some reason, I guess I'm not the one who drew this line here. Can you just delete it so I can make room to draw the room?
Let's see. Able to do that?
Wasn't me. I didn't draw it.
Can't select it.
Sometimes I have trouble selecting things too. Are you talking about that line?
I'm talking about, I tried moving the stairs down. It's like right here. There's like a little
Oh, I see. I see
entry.
this line. Wait,
Yeah,
oh
kind of
gosh, I
just delete
can't get it
that.
either.
What the hell?
Like everything down. Probably close enough though.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, there you go.
So it rooms like that.
I
So
had to
you
like.
said there's columns and pressure plates.
So yeah, so
Between.
there's basically a set of columns with a plate in between, and then maybe about a foot and a half between the 2 plates. The plates are about 3 foot square, and they go down the center of the room towards the south. And then there's columns, 3 sets of 2 columns, one right and one left, all the way down towards the south. So there's like columns, plate, and then just plate, no columns, columns, plate, plate, no columns, columns, plate, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Mhm. I'm with you.
I'm going to generally search to this room for traps.
Okay. So let me ask you about how you're moving through the room in order to do that. Are you trying, because you can get around the perimeter of the room, for example, without going between the columns and stepping on the plates. There's enough room on the other sides. Or are you going straight down and checking the columns and the plates? Like basically, what order are you checking things?
Well,
Uh,
how big are the plates to begin with?
So they're 3 by 3 foot and they go down the center of the room.
Okay.
And they're about a foot and a half apart.
okay.
Also, has everybody else entered the room behind John at this point?
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
would be behind him.
If you've come fully into the room and you're kind of looking down at the center, you can see that there is a statue, it looks like, of a beautiful naked woman.
Unless someone stops me, Chuck's gonna like walk in a straight line to that statue.
So
I'm
he's
interested in
gonna
that. I'm gonna check that out.
so he's just gonna go down the center, just like walk straight down the center.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Just cool looking floor.
So as John is searching around the perimeter of the room, trying to be careful, he just looks over and sees Chuck start walking down the center straight through.
Yeah.
What?
So
What are you doing?
so then that's what you're doing. You're searching around the perimeter. So you begin to search around the perimeter. While you're searching for traps, are you also searching for secret doors?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you're so John's kind of searching down the side. What are Sarducci and Craven doing? Just kind of hanging at the north end of the room.
I'm definitely waiting for them to do their stuff, and then I'll take action after the
Yeah.
coast is clear.
Yeah, Sarducci's not gonna do anything at this point. He sees the plates, he sees the statues, he sees the columns, he sees what Chuck is doing, and he's just like preparing for the inevitable what have you.
Okay. So
I bet you get the healing ready.
Chuck begins to walk down. Are you paying attention to
Oh,
the plates at all, or are you just straight ahead looking, like not looking at your feet at all?
I hear the dice getting ready, so I want to say yes, but no, I'm not looking. I'm looking at the statue.
Oh,
Okay,
Chuck's interested in that statue, that's for sure.
go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll for me a D100. Have Chuck
Oh
roll just
yeah.
a D100.
Sure.
Let me see what we got going on here.
Nice.
Ah. You have been
So
changed into a porcupine.
so Chuck walks as soon as he hits the first, he steps right in the middle of the first plate, and lightning, or what looks like lightning, shoots out from the columns and
Goddamn.
and zaps him right in the middle.
For 93 damage.
And let's see. Go ahead and make a saving throw versus magic wand.
I think that's my worst.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, that's my best one. Just kidding.
So amazingly, what the hell? That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense. Okay. So amazingly, the bolts look pretty big, but like they start to shoot out, and he only gets kind of clipped out at them before he jumps back off of the plate, and it shocks you for only 2 damage.
Oh,
But there's
nice.
like a crackle even after he kind of steps away. There's a crackle and some smoke comes up, and it looks like it could have been far worse.
Hey guys, I think these floor tiles are trapped.
Oh,
Just so
thank
you
you for the
know.
insight there, Chuck.
Yep, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Sarducci leans over to the wizard and goes, "This is why we let him go first."
So John, kind of noting that, makes his way around the sides of the room and doesn't find any traps on the sides. Uh, Now, when you get down to the end of the room, obviously since you went on the perimeter, you see the statue in detail. You get down towards the statue, and it's a human woman with no clothing. Very beautiful, yeah, voluptuous, all that stuff. slightly raised, and she looks like she's holding her hands to her mouth, but there's nothing in her hands. It's just like kind of like this. It looks like she might be drinking if she had had something in her hands, but her hands are empty.
Okay. Do I see anything around the room that might look like something she'd be drinking out of, like a bowl or a chalice or something?
Nothing in here, no.
Gotcha. Um,
Does anyone have a cup?
question.
I don't.
Do I have?
I have no cup.
Her hands are kind of splayed out, so it looks like it might be some sort of a bowl, or
Oh.
like she's eating a watermelon or something,
I was
like
about to
whatever it
say, I was
is.
like,
Like yeah,
that
like
big juicy watermelon. Just
yes,
delicious.
yeah, it could either be a bowl or she's eating a big juicy watermelon or something along those lines, but that's the image.
Okay. My adventurer's sense is telling me that we're gonna have to come back to this room later. And in lieu of getting electrocuted some more or worse, um, you guys just want to come, you guys want to do anything in here? Because I don't see any other exits, and I don't see any treasure either.
What if those other plates do something different?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Are
He's
you
got a point.
willing
I
to
think we should step on them all.
test the plates?
Okay, have at it. Let's see.
Uh, actually, does anyone have like actually mm,
Like something we could put on the
just
plate.
something to throw? If
There's
not,
lots of doors.
We have
yeah.
tons of doors and wood.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
because
a chunk of that
Actually,
door.
All right. Yeah, I'll
dude,
take my
we
hand
have
axe and chunk
we
off
have
part of that
like
door.
dead ogres.
Go
Don't we have
ahead.
dead ogres that we could chop up and throw onto the plate as well?
Like
We do
just
have some
like
ogre corpses.
like lop off an arm.
you guys want some electro cooked like ogre thigh? It's a delicacy.
Yeah.
So let's sure, let's do that.
Or head back, cut off like a hand or an arm.
Okay. All right. You got this ogre arm, and you bring it in. What do you do with it? You're standing in this room. You got the plates.
I'll be back behind the first plate. I'm trying to hit just the second plate. Throw it and
Okay.
just
Can
hit
you
it,
weave?
bounce off
Can
it.
you weave yourself to get between the plates without stepping on the plates?
You should be able to get a closer shot if you go around the perimeter, right? Understand.
You could do that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, then
probably
I'll
the
go
easiest way is to go around the perimeter.
around the perimeter and then from the side as close as I can get
Okay. Yeah, it's
without
pretty
being between
easy.
the columns.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to kind of like go around onto one of the sides. So you chuck the arm on. It's not that far of a throw, so I'm not going to make you roll for it. The arm kind of goes hits the second plate, and nothing happens.
Hmm.
See,
Maybe it's
guys, it was just the
not a,
first one.
maybe it's not a heavy enough. It needs to be heavier.
All right, I'm going back for the door.
Sounds like the door.
I'm just gonna carry, if I can carry the door, I'm gonna carry the door over.
All right. So you carry what's left of the door back in. It takes a little bit, but you're able to drag it over, and and you do the same thing. You just go around to the side and right onto where the ogre arm is.
Yep.
You throw the door down, or what's left of it, and it kind of clatters apart when it hits the ogre arm and the plate, and it just kind of breaks in half, and nothing happens.
I think what this room is trying to say is that if we put something heavy on it, it won't stop, and then it will mess up the puzzle. Uh,
We put
but
something
no,
heavy on it, it won't stop and mess up the puzzle. Yeah.
it'll just be lightning all the time.
Okay. And
But
do
that's
we want to
the
just repeat the process for all the other pressure plates or ground plates, whatever?
uh, you know, I'll just go ahead and try to step on the second one.
When you so are you gonna try and kick the stuff off first? Because now it's got a door on it, like a broken door.
Yeah,
Or are
I'll
you gonna just
shove off,
stand on the
kick
door?
off the door. No, I'll kick
Okay.
off the door.
So you kick the door off and reveal this this brass plate underneath, and you go and you stand on it. Nothing happens. So you're standing on the second plate.
Look around, nothing from the ceiling.
From the ceiling looks pretty normal in here.
Statue the same.
Statue looks the same.
All right, I'll walk up to the third one.
You walk up to the third one, you step on that, and there is from the center set of columns, there is a jolt of lightning from each. Go ahead and roll a saving throw versus magic wand. I'll give you a +2 because you're kind of, you know,
Okay,
kind
I
of
did not
aware
add
that
it to the
something
roll.
might happen.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Don't need it.
So yeah, don't need that. So you quickly step off. Let's see. Managing to only take 4 hit points worth of damage. Um, and yeah, it seems it did essentially the same thing as the first
All
the
right,
first plate.
so
Now the
the ones
thing that
between the columns.
yes, that's so the first one was between columns, and it shot from the columns that it was in between. The third also in between columns. It also shot from the columns that it was in between.
Okay. Just to make sure, I'll stand on not. Yeah, I'll go stand on the fourth one because that's not in between columns.
Okay. So you walk around, stand on the fourth one, wait for anything, and nothing happens.
All right, cool. That's all.
Is there only four plates?
There's 5.
There are 5 plates, so the only one that he hasn't stepped on at this point is the fifth plate that is between 2 columns and directly in front of the statue with the
Statue, the
chick
hands.
that's
Okay.
eating the missing watermelon or
Okay.
drinking
There
from a bowl, something
are
like that.
4 plates.
So,
What?
yeah.
Okay. Um, if I if it's just like you can walk up to the statue without stepping on the plates, I mean, it seems like you can just easily go around. Can I inspect the statue if it has any like check its material, like maybe it has some embedded jewels or anything like that?
The statue is made of stone. It appears to be a single carving from what you can tell. It doesn't look to be pieced together in any way.
Hmm.
It kind of looks like a statue, like a type of statue that you would find in a in a temple, which you were told this was some sort of a temple. It doesn't have any jewels. Um, You think it's made out of some hard rock, so like a marble or something along those lines. And
Okay.
it's gray in color.
All right. Then I'm uninterested in anything this room has to offer at this point, so I argue that we should go back and try a different way.
Or till we find a watermelon.
There you go. Okay. So I start heading back down to in front of the staircase where there was the really long passage.
Okay. So then you make your way back out of this room down to the south, and then so basically down to this area here, right?
Yeah.
And are you what was that check for traps for? Was it for
That was that was for when like we get back in front of the stairs.
when you
I'm going to try to
check?
navigate down this hallway and like checking for traps so as like, if there's like a tile on the floor that would cause something to go off or something like that.
Gotcha. So you get back down to that long hallway and start to head south. You're checking for traps, and as you're kind of like searching the floor, you step on something and you must have missed, and you hear a little click, and as soon as you hear that click, it's followed by a loud. It's like a horn sound, like a weird kind of almost like a tribal horn sound. It's really
Okay.
loud. It echoes through the halls.
Damn. Okay. I'll just kind of like shelter in place and get ready for combat and just wait there for a second.
Okay. What is everybody else doing? Kind of standing there.
Yeah, just at the
Not gonna,
ready.
not gonna. You
At the
just
ready,
gonna at the
confused.
ready. Not gonna move forward. Not gonna move back. Just kind of hang.
Yeah,
Okay.
All
yeah.
right.
I'm
So
spinning around.
you're standing in the hallway, and down at the end of this hall here, you see appear several figures, and as soon as they appear, you realize that these rather short little humanoid figures begin to fire arrows at you. And an arrow flies down and hits John for 5 damage. Another arrow narrowly misses Chuck, and a third arrow. A third arrow catches Sarducci right in the stomach, and he gets
Oh.
14 damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fall back! Fall back! Go!
So, what are you guys doing? It's we'll call it initiative because where's my
Oh, I never get those.
That's 7. Damn.
Yeah, I am always rolling twos in initiative, but that's mostly War.
yeah. All
Okay.
right. So, well, that was somewhat lucky. Okay, so Chuck is first. You
And we're
have, let's see, you're about 40 feet from your assailants. Actually, yeah, roughly about 40 feet from your assailants. But you're only about 5 feet from the passage that goes back towards the two rooms that you've already explored.
uh, if I'm reading this correct, my combat movement is 40 feet and around. So I
Um,
take my whole action just to, if that's what I did to get there.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let someone just shoot arrows at me, so I'm just gonna charge 40 feet straight down that hallway.
All right, so are you charging? You doing
Rats, I
anything
was gonna
special?
fireball him.
I mean, who says you can fireball me? They're weaker than me.
I don't think. But the thing is that if that rolls bad,
Hmm.
then it's actual instant death.
Yeah, that is a true statement. All right, so Chuck, are you yelling? Are you raising your sword? How is this charge happening?
Yeah, I'm keeping my sword like at waist height, like I'm going for a plunge or a stab, and I'm charging. I am yelling the whole way.
Okay. So Chuck begins to yell and run towards these creatures that are down there, and I think Chuck doesn't Chuck also have the light or a light?
I did have a torch, yes.
Okay.
If I have to drop it, then I would just drop it.
Yeah, you don't need to drop it. God,
Mhm.
I think because you're just using like a regular sword, right? So it's like a
It
one-handed sword.
is it is just sword plus one. That's
Yeah.
all.
So if you're just using a one-handed sword, no, you wouldn't have to drop it. But you
Nope.
do, as you approach them, see that they are little goblin archers, and that there's more. That the at the end of this hallway here, it turns to your left, or we could say the east at the end, and it looks like there are more down there. Um, what about Craven and John?
I will
I need a
see.
magic missile.
Okay. I will see that Chuck has chosen to charge ahead with our lights. I've got to follow him. So
Okay.
let's go.
All right. So you
Uh,
begin to charge and magic missile. So you can see three of them down at the
Well,
end.
that sounds perfect because I'm just gonna give them one each.
Okay.
Do you want to roll those for me? It might be easier.
Yeah. I can roll those.
Plus, we really wouldn't know the damage my magic missiles were doing at this range.
True. Actually, they did quite well though, just because since
what
they're
in the hell
technically
is
you.
that?
Oh my goodness! Since they're your rolls, one of them was there was a 5, so that's 6. There was a 6, so that's 7, and there was a 4, so that's 5. And maybe with those numbers, you would actually know what happened because uh, all three of them were ended
Dude,
instantly
that's what we were going for.
with those. So
Nice.
so yeah, the missiles smash into them, and their three little corpses slump to the ground, gore. And Sarducci goes at what would be the same time as them, except for the others are still kind of around the corner. In fact, as Chuck is running down to the end, he can hear the screams of the ones behind the corner as they see their friends get like completely eviscerated. So what is Sarducci doing? Ah, gotcha. Uh,
Immediately.
do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
Uh, I don't know that I've got it set up to roll.
I mean, you could just roll a d6 plus 1, or I could just roll it. It's up to you.
Just go ahead and roll it.
All right, so that got you 4 hit points back. And it is initiative again.
We can hear more down that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, as Chuck and John are rounding the corner, they can see that there are more, most certainly back there. So
Still need Chuck and.
yeah, we still need Chuck and Craven for initiative.
My bad.
Yeah, the page is being a little laggy.
Did it even roll it for you at all on your end?
No. Here, I know
No.
what I'm doing now. We're gonna do 1d6.
Yeah, that works. I can manually just change it there. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you had a +1 on. All right, gotcha. So yes, so Chuck is up. You turn the corner, and you see a gaggle of goblins just right there around the corner. It looks like there are at least 6 more of them, kind of all jammed up, uh, and yeah, you round the corner and they're right there.
At least 6, you say?
At least, yes.
Well, I gotta start somewhere. I'm going right to the first one.
Okay.
Uh, enough to get to him and attack.
Oh yeah, yeah. And now that you're down at the end of this hall, you're right there at them.
All right. I'm just swinging my sword straight down.
Whatever
Goodbye.
that is, we can
Oh.
hear that. So that means.
Okay,
Yeah, everybody can hear that.
yeah, I'll have to.
Everybody can hear that.
I got it, man.
What is that? Just listening to some porn, just watching some porn.
I can't hear shit. I have no idea what Dan was talking about.
I could hear just vaguely background noises, but it wasn't very loud. But yeah, I guess Cameron's got something coming from his computer. Yeah, so Chuck, I'm gonna
Jesus
say
Christ.
that yeah, because they're just piddly single hit dice creatures, that your roll was good enough to hit 2 of them. So the first 2, it's you kind of smash both of them, kind of cleaved down the center with your sword, and you have ended another 2 of them, and they seem to be not having a good day. So Craven and Sorducci both have 5, but because you guys stayed put, you actually cannot see the goblins anymore. You can only see your friends kind of fighting down at the. You see that when Chuck got to the end, he's clearly attacking, so there's clearly something else down there, but you can't see your enemies at this point.
I'll start walking down.
Okay. Same for Sarducci.
Yeah, he'll start. Yeah, we'll start. I'll start walking down as well.
Okay. Now, are you Are you going quick enough to take your entire movement so you'll get down there by next round, or are you walking more casually?
I would say
My
I'm.
intention was to get. Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to be in vision range of them. So
Okay.
if I looks like I have to run to do that, then I'm going to do that.
You have to not maybe not a full out run, but you have to move fairly quickly so that because it's like your pretty much your full movement range. So same thing for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys walk down there, and as uh, as John is rounding the corner there, he sees the three of them or the four of them, and they actually they look like they are turning to run. They're really freaked out by the fact that more than half their number was just wiped out in a few seconds. So this gives John the chance to attack, and also gives Chuck an additional chance to attack as they try and get away from him. Because they're not like fighting, they're not trying to like fight and retreat, they're just like turning and like booking it basically.
Gotcha. Let me know if you have trouble hearing me, or if I'm cutting out, or if you guys start hearing the background music again.
So far it sounds all right. Um,
Mhm.
Okay.
so John misses, but Chuck cleaves another one of them as they're trying to get away, killing another one.
It's a
Uh,
monster.
at that point, there are only three left, and uh, it is initiative again. Sarducci and Craven are now down here at the end. And of course, just so that you know, when you get down there, as I said, the hallway turns to the left, so towards the east. It goes about 5 feet. Actually, easily say this. It's a 15-foot hallway. Directly in the middle, there is an archway to the left, and at the end, it ends in a turn to the right or the south. So 15-foot hallway, archway in the middle to the north, at the end to the south or right, it turns again. And it looks like the goblins are headed past the archway and down to the end where they would be turning right.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. Did everyone roll
Let's
their
see.
initiatives again?
I did not.
So, oh,
My bad.
nice. All right. So, once again, Chuck and Craven up. We'll say Chuck first since he's right there with his sword. Are you
I
gonna
am
run
continuing
after
forward. Yeah.
them and just yeah, just
Yep.
chopping, hacking? All right.
Pretty much. No, I'm not.
So you miss. They're screaming in horror and running away from you, and Craven's up.
Oh my god, I'm trying to click on. I think I just gotta roll it organically.
Dart.
Yes. The problem with it is that like
Is the
the
character sheet
thing
like
to
smashed?
roll, yes, and the text is like right over top of the button in this case.
Gotcha.
Cameron, you want to roll it for me? Just a dart.
Sure. Let me
Nice.
create a dart. Sorry, buddy.
Pew!
You ain't hidden.
So, Sarducci is up.
All right, gonna go for one of these little fuckers.
So you're gonna like book it down to the
Mhm.
end here to
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah, because they hit me hard, man. I want to hit them hard back.
Ah, gotcha. That's true.
Even though one of the ones that hit me is already dead.
Mhm.
Like, Sarducci's, yeah.
He wants that sweet
Man, we're just
revenge,
not.
but he's not gonna get it.
Ooh, they're
These
getting
these little
away.
guys are like they're man they're like
They're
very dexterous.
scrambling. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
scrambling, and they are archers, so they all have these little bows and arrows. All right, so it's John is up.
I'll make an attack. A leaping attack. It looks like it might work.
You pick off one more just as the final two make their way around this corner here. Uh, does the party intend to pursue them?
I intend to. I think it's
Okay.
easier to deal with things.
All right. If
Yeah.
if that's the case,
Here
then
we
it
go. We're
is
pursuing.
yeah, that it is. It's definitely still initiative or initiative again. All right. Was that everybody? Yeah. Okay.
And
So
shit initiative.
they they are still running. When you turn, when the party turns, they can see that there is a hallway going south. It looks like it goes about 25 feet and then turns to the right or to the west at the end. And these these goblins have just traversed the entire hallway and are getting down to the end there, and they're getting ready to turn. And, so
Okay.
Chuck and John.
All right, Chuck, let's get him.
Yep. Sure. Can I get that whole distance and attack? You said 25?
Yeah, that should be able to.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Not quite. It's hard to maneuver in these hallways when you
Yeah,
have
so
a
you're running down, you're
arrow
like
in you.
swinging, and it looks like Chuck snags another one. And when he does that, the the last one turns, gets down on its knees, and starts like begging and kissing your feet. You can't understand him, but like you're pretty sure that's what's happening because it's like it's a classic groveling moment.
I see.
Gotcha. Can anyone speak Goblin? I'll yell.
Uh,
I'm yelling back.
Goblin these nuts.
God.
uh, I. Oh, interesting. I didn't know I had that. I can make him do our bidding. I can't converse with him and get useful information.
Yep.
Wait, how can you make him do your bidding?
Well, I have this sword of charm person, and I can ask our good friend here to lead us to the treasure. Which I may do if no one else says
Sounds like
anything.
a fine idea to me.
I'm gonna do it.
Well, if it's a one-time use, do you think this goblin really knows anything about the treasure?
I don't know. I don't know how
Uh,
my
everything is
sword works.
relative. Goblin treasure may be something completely different
Mm-hmm.
than people treasure.
Well,
He takes us back to the pile of bones that he's collected. My treasure.
ooh, my treasure.
Yeah.
Um, is how does my sword work? How does my spell sword work?
So it works like a charm person spell, but the the problem is that if it doesn't understand you, like I think you can charm it, but if it doesn't understand your speech, it's not gonna be able to follow any instruction essentially. So if it
Okay.
doesn't know common and you don't know goblin, it would be difficult to communicate your intention.
Oh, come on
I
now.
see.
I have a hard time. I have a hard time believing that John doesn't know all about Goblin.
True.
I've I've been around. Um, well, unfortunately, if that's the case, then I will swiftly execute this goblin.
Actually, no. Wait. Wait.
What's
Hmm.
up?
Sarducci. Sarducci pulls an electrum piece out of his pocket,
Okay.
takes the goblin and makes him look at it.
Okay.
He's gonna try to see if the goblin will take us to this. He's gonna point at the goblin and then point at the electrum piece and then point around.
So, you know what I just realized? Because it's never really come up in this game, but those
You
character
never did it.
sheets,
You never did assign care. Yeah,
they
never did
don't,
assign languages to us.
but they don't have a place, probably because they don't have a place for languages. So, I'm gonna say that there's actually a decent chance um, that somebody in the party probably does know Goblin because it is. I'm gonna say that you know who likely knows Goblin. Craven Moorhead sounds like the
Yeah.
character that would likely know a little bit about.
He probably knows a little bit of Goblin.
I'm
He
thinking,
he actually knows Hobgoblin.
yeah, yes, yeah. So I'm gonna say that if you need to communicate, you could probably attempt to communicate with this little guy who is horribly afraid.
As he
We're
should be.
gonna ask him if he knows where any more of these things are, and just hold out the point at the electrum piece.
So he looks up and he gives kind of a little bit of a nod.
Okay.
All right, could you take us there?
Wait, does anybody have rope?
Yes.
All right, let's take a little bit of your rope and tie it around this thing.
We're giving him a leash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna give it a leash.
You don't want it to get away.
Yeah, because it's a little
We'll
thing.
just kill it.
Well,
You know? Yeah, we could.
So he, this little goblin, he tells you that in order to get to any treasure, the shinies, that there's danger. Please don't make him go.
Either this or death, buddy.
I think he's a small guy. I think we put him on someone's back.
Interesting.
Okay, so here's what we do. Instead of using the rope, I'm gonna gather up the bows,
Okay.
remove the bowstrings, and tie
Okay.
this little guy up.
Okay.
And use the bowstrings to tie him up. So if we're gonna put him on somebody's back, he can't do anything.
Okay. So so explain to me how specifically you are going to tie him up and then stick him on somebody's back. And whose back?
Okay, so tying him up is kind of easy.
Like hands and legs?
Like hands and feet, yes.
Okay.
Putting him on somebody's back is somebody else's idea. I was just going to make him hop. But if we want to put him on somebody's back,
You wanted to make him a hobgoblin.
A hobgoblin.
Yes, exactly.
That makes sense.
I'm not putting
Okay.
him on my back, that's for sure.
Only I
So,
had the self-floating disc.
oh yeah, true.
You could just put him on the disc.
oh God Almighty.
Okay, so this you tied him up with some bowstrings. Now he's tied up, and the other thing that I should mention is that down here where the hallway turned to the right, the hallway only goes maybe another 5 feet and then turns to the right again. So it kind of turns back up on itself. So back to the north. So you're kind of down at the bottom of this little bend, essentially. Yes.
Interesting.
So you've got
So,
this guy tied up.
okay. Lead away.
So
Tell
are
us
you gonna
about
make
the
him
dangers.
hop then? You're not gonna.
I'm certainly not carrying him. If no one else is volunteering to carry him, he's hopping.
Okay. That's the consensus. You're gonna make him hop in front. Are you gonna kind of
I
like
mean,
poke him with your sword to make him go forward? Is that the idea?
I can carry him, I guess.
I mean, you have your sword and a torch, right?
Can he just ride on my shoulders?
Ah,
I mean, here's the thing. His hands are tied, but he could still put a torch between them.
Could also use that torch to burn away the rope. Things got dicey.
You think? I don't think he'll try anything. I think he knows he'll die instantly.
Okay. And then if it wants to hold a torch, sure.
On Garrett's shoulder.
Yeah.
all right. So, how is this working again?
Okay, so the goblin is tied up. Garrett's
Uh-huh.
got the goblin on his shoulders.
Okay.
And as the goblin is tied up, there's a torch between his bindings. So he's holding a torch as well. Is how I understand this.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you kind of are holding him like this, and then he's holding the torch.
You know,
That
we'll
the
just
idea?
make this way simpler. I'm
This
just
is-
gonna take that electrum that Dan was holding earlier, and I'm gonna cast continual light onto it.
Ah, see,
And
there
I'm
we
just
go.
gonna give that to the goblin.
Oh my god. Giving the goblin the electrum? Craziness.
Okay, so you cast continual light on a coin, you give it to the goblin, and then do you just but how are you still is somebody holding them? Are you making him hop? Like what?
I think Garrett's holding him.
Okay.
But I was just getting the image of the goblin trying to hold the torch while he's
Being
like got him
balanced
on
on a
his
shoulder.
shoulder.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird scenario we got going on here. Whatever. It's overcomplicated. We got a
Exactly.
light source. We got the goblin tied up.
So then are you snuffing the torch then? Or giving it to someone else?
It's always good to have another source of light.
Well, I don't know. I think the continual light is going to be brighter than any torch.
Sure, but it's also a coin that can be covered easily, you know? If you like slipped it, got slipped in a pocket or something, would be in darkness.
It would definitely still glow through the pocket, as long as the clothing's not like leather, I guess. But what else kind of clothing would it be?
All right. So my thought was that the idea was to have him snuff his torch so it would be easier because again the problem is if he's holding a
Yeah,
torch
I'm
and
not
he's
holding
holding his so what are you doing with this guy? He's like and he's a goblin. He seems kind of dumb.
Oh, for sure.
So right
Screw it.
now you're
Let's
just
just
kind of sitting here in the hallway trying to figure out what to do with this guy.
let's
If
just okay, just give him the coin for simplicity's sake, and that'll be our light source. Um, and Craven, talk to him about where we need to go and what kind of dangers to look out for.
All right, so we're just gonna start heading through and just tell us where the dangers are.
um So again, is he on somebody or is he free? Like is he I
He's
mean obviously he's tied up, but is he being carried by somebody?
Yeah, he's being carried by Chuck.
Okay. And Chuck put out his torch to do this.
If I have to, yes.
Yeah, you probably would cuz if you're carrying
Yeah.
him cuz he's like, he's a little guy, but he's not like that little. He's like probably 3.5 feet tall, so he's not like a tiny, tiny little person. He's little to you, but you know. Okay, so you're carrying him. He's got the continual light, and he points towards the turn, and he says that there's shinies up that way.
Excellent.
So
Then let's go that way.
when you turn the corner, turn back to north. The hallway goes down about 10 feet and ends in a doorway to the left or to the west. Or not a doorway, but a door. So it goes up just a little bit more, and then there's a doorway or a door to the left.
Yeah, technically, that's okay. It's all fucking sloppy, but we got it. Good. Is the door locked?
This door, you're not sure if it's locked, not sure if it's trapped. You have to do some checking out. Checking out.
Listen at door, open lock, trap.
So you search for traps. You don't find any traps, and you don't have to unlock the door because the door is unlocked. open the door.
Okay. Yeah, open the door.
You open the door, and immediately you're hit with a strange smell. And you can see that this room is filled with remains.
Mm,
The
they
room
were
is
hoarding both.
the room is also strange. The smells partially like the remains, but it also smells kind of like the forest. The room is 15 feet across and about 25 foot wide. So it's the east-west, it's about 15 foot, like straight across. You're in the center. The door that you came through is in the center of the east wall. So there's about half of the room to your right and to your left. To your right, on the north wall, at the west side of the north wall, there is a door. And you can see there are big claw marks on the walls. And there's no ceiling.
There's no ceiling. What's above us? Open sky?
Stars. Yeah. The walls in here are taller. It's about 20 foot.
Interesting. What time was it when we entered in this dungeon? Was it like noon, early morning?
It was early morning.
Okay, so it's definitely some kind of magic or an illusion. Um, so is there anything in the room of note other than the room's height and lack of ceiling? Did you say?
Uh, there's tons of remains on the floor.
Rain remains on the floor.
Remains
There-
of.
What?
It looks like remains of possibly some humans and humanoids, and possibly some other large boned animals.
Is there any hint of how they might have died? Like, is the bones all fractured or?
Yeah, they're kind of torn up. You haven't gone in yet, so you're still at the doorway. So, did you want to go in uh, and you know examine the remains? The door again, it's kind of over towards your right at the end of that wall, and the goblin seems to be kind of freaking out. He's pointing, kind of taking both of his hands and kind of gesturing to the wall. And Harrison, you think you hear him saying, "Run, run, 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 run."
He's
Why?
telling us to run.
Um, how's everyone's health looking right now? How hurt are we?
70%, 75%.
I'm full
Okay,
health.
I'm at 2/3.
2/3. Okay, so we're mostly fairly healthy. Um, I'd say we enter the room.
Wait. I'm gonna just there. So there are baddies in this room. Is what I'm gonna say to the goblin.
Yeah, he says something like horrible.
Something alive that's horrible.
He's
That's
shaking his
gonna fight us.
he's shaking his head. Yes.
Okay. I think that you just we stand a little bit away, maybe try to kick this door open, and I just shoot a fireball in there. Thoughts?
uh, I would want to stand fairly far away down around the bends of the hall, but sure. Sounds like fun.
So, so right now you're at the door. Are you going into the room? Are you going over to the door? Or like, what are you doing?
If Craven is going to do this plan, I'm going to back up
Can you check the door first,
Oh, did I?
or did you not
I
do that
thought
already?
I thought we opened the door because we're looking in the
Yeah, because
room.
we're looking in, right?
Yeah.
You are, but there's another door. Okay, so
So okay,
there's a
we're not talking about that door though. So all Harrison wants to do is just fireball the room that's got all the crap in it.
Is the goblin saying that the danger is in this ceilingless room, or is it saying that it's beyond the door in the ceilingless room?
you're not really sure. It's not really clear. It just seems like it wants you to run.
Craven, if you want to fireball this room or whatever you want to do, that's fine by me. I'm gonna go back to the stairwell and just get some
Sure.
distance.
I mean, if this door is already open and we're just not in the room yet, I think we all just back off and I'll just fire one off in there.
Sounds fine to me.
Agreed.
Why not? The door will get completely eviscerated as well. So if there's something behind the door, we might get it.
2 and 1.
In fact, I'll center it on the door.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go as far back in the hallway through that I can while still seeing the door.
So,
Not very far.
yeah,
How
if
far is it?
not very far at all. Uh, let me see here. If you had to do that, that's gonna be yeah, you're only gonna be maybe about 12 feet from the center of the blast if you do that.
From where that closed door is?
Correct.
Okay. Um
Because the hallway kind of goes around, so there's not much hallway. There's like very, very little hallway for you to get a straight shot. Um, yeah.
Gotcha. So that hmm. But the door to the other room is open. We just haven't gone in it yet, right?
The basically
No.
no, you're standing right now. You guys are standing at the doorway in the
Okay.
hallway at the doorway that is open to this room that has the open ceiling. There's a room kind of or there's a door kind of cat corner, so it's like to your right at up here at the top of this room. So it's
So
and
I
that
couldn't
door is
see that door from the
closed.
hallway.
You can, but like I mean, from where you're standing right now, you can see it, but you can't back down the hallway anymore and still see it.
And still see it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, okay, let me see if I can.
Gotcha. I assumed that this door was like straight ahead or something.
No,
No.
no, it's kind of on the corner. So like the idea would be, um, let's see.
So the door isn't facing us at all then.
No,
No.
no. So
Oh,
if this is the room, that's a door, that's a door. You guys are in this
and you're
hallway
drawing
here.
stuff that I cannot see it.
Yeah. But everybody
um
else can. So like the idea is that
then
like yeah,
got it. So
you
this
see what I'm saying
door,
here? There's like it's kind of across. It's not directly across. It's basically in the corner of the room. So your door is in the center of the room that you're standing at right now, and there's a door
mhm,
over in the corner, and the room isn't all that super long that like you're yeah, it's only maybe about 12 feet. And if you go back down the hallway, you can't see the door because of the way that the hallway is
gotcha.
positioned.
Then I'm gonna shoot a lightning bolt through it instead.
Okay.
So where are you aiming this lightning bolt? Like how are you
So the lightning bolt is going to aim straight through that other door.
so north to south.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Wall to door.
Gotcha. So it'll be perpendicular to where you are.
Yeah. Very, very low chance of it coming over towards where we are.
Yeah, I kind of understand. So because you want it to. Okay. All right. So is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what's everybody else doing? You just kind of hanging? Shit.
Bag
I'm
it off.
going. Yeah, I'm gonna back off to this corner over here around the bend.
All right. So you everybody kind of backs down the hallway, and Craven casts the lightning bolt. Uh,
I've already got. Okay, you can roll it. Perfect.
oh, I mean, if you've got it set up, go ahead, because I'd have to roll multiple
Oh
times.
yeah. Oh my god, that's the worst lightning bolt I've ever seen.
It's pretty ass, definitely.
Damn.
Okay, so Craven casts this lightning bolt, and it hits the door to the north, completely like blowing a hole through the door, and continuing on that way. So you kind of hear smoke and stuff from the end there. It never bounces back. So
Gotcha.
you don't see a bounce. It just kind of goes and there's like smoke from that door. The door is kind of like blown blown open there. And then
Well, at the very least, I've cast knock on that door.
and then immediately you hear a noise from up above. You hear this kind of like it sounds like multiple creatures roaring or screaming, and um let's see. Since you were the only one there, go ahead and roll a surprise check. You might not be able to roll a surprise check.
I can. It's a D6, right?
Yeah. All right. Um, you're not surprised, but you are surprised by the fact that you see on the north wall, kind of climbing down the wall, and it kind of climbs a little bit and then falls, is this giant creature with 5 heads.
Oh my god.
And
Well,
it
I'm
starts
not
to.
even in the room yet. Can I just close the door?
You can, because you're not
I'm
into
gonna
the in
close
the
the
room.
door and back off, especially if it doesn't look like it can fit through the door.
It doesn't look like it can fit through the door. And yeah, so you slam the door and you can hear it, and the others hear it too. They hear all these like roars, and there's now a giant monster in that room.
Ah. Huh.
There's a little bit of a monster in there.
I see.
Really big one, 5 heads.
5 heads. Interesting.
I don't think it can get through this door though.
Shh. You think we can take it?
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't doing it by myself. I mean, shoot, if we can have sight on it from the hallway. I mean, I guess we don't know if it spits acid or anything.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, we could probably take it.
The problem is, again, the way that the hallway turns is that just like you had to stand kind of at the edge of the hallway, like right at the edge of the door, you couldn't really go back too much to cast your spell. Fighting in the hallway would be incredibly awkward.
Listen, I just thought of a strategy.
Okay. Here.
So, would it be feasible from my character's knowledge of the spell Magic Missile? Would I be able to cast Magic Missile with the door closed? Open it, fire them through, close the door, start recasting.
This is the cheesiest strategy I've ever heard.
It's just-
Um, it would probably be difficult for you to do that alone.
if I had a door guy, though.
Oh,
If
the
you
door
had a
guy.
if you had a door guy, it would be easier, but you can tell that that creature is it's like right on the other side of that door essentially. And
Gotcha.
its five necks were quite long and it and kind of serpent like. So it even if it can't get its body through the door, it is likely that those heads will fit through the door if the door is
Oh, and
open.
then Garrett
Oh,
slams the
dude.
door on him. Perfect.
It's practically a guillotine. This thing it's done. Let's do this.
Oh my god, just have like how wide is the door?
It's like
How many
standard
people
door
could we have?
width.
How wide is the platform?
Could we hide like two guys behind it? I stand just in range where it looks like they could get me. Bang, we close
There
the
is
door.
another problem with this door is that it
Oh, it opens
opens
out.
in
In. Oh shit.
Oh,
to
okay.
the room. So like, because there's not really much room in the hallway to open it back, it opens to like away from you into the room.
Yeah.
Hmm. What if
I
you
mean, we
just
can always
do
just
it?
wait and come back. I doubt it's going to stand in front of this door for the next 5 hours.
Well, where else are we gonna go?
Yeah, we don't. There is no other. There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah,
We can just wait.
you passed a as you where you were chasing the
Oh, that's true.
goblins.
We did. We did.
You passed an archway.
An
Nobody
archway.
even had
Yeah.
time to look into the room to see what the room looked like because you were literally chasing goblins. But it is up here.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's just come back in a little bit
Yeah.
when it's not expecting us.
Oh,
Okay. So
We've got knowledge, and that's half
That's
the
power.
battle.
so then you keep this door shut and you make your way back down the hallway back to this point right here.
Yeah, to this point right here.
Okay. So you
Works through that
backtrack a
archway.
little bit down the hallway, and in the middle of this hallway going east to west on the north side, right in the center, you can see a archway. So no door, just an opening into a room. And when you head over to that room and look into the north, the room looks quite familiar. This room has some brass 3 by 3 inch plates on the ground leading up to a statue. There are 3 sets of 2 columns, And down at the end, all the way to the north, the statue looks like a beautiful naked man who should be eating a watermelon or drinking from a bowl or something like that. But whatever is being eaten or drank is missing. So this room looks essentially identical to an earlier room that you saw, except for that the entrance is now down here at the south of the room and the room goes north.
See. You should ask the goblin if they took something from the statues.
The goblin doesn't know anything about the statues except for mumbling something about a stone penis.
Okay.
It says you should. We need to do something with the penis.
Yeah.
Penis. The
Maybe
penis
it's a
is
lever
key.
or something.
It's a lever.
Oh god. So I have an idea. I'm going to go back to the other room and stand on the plates that were not in between the columns that did nothing. And you guys stay here and see if anything happens in this room.
Okay, so John is going to run back to the original room, and what he's going to go along the side and then try and stand on like the second plate.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Mhm.
So, does anybody go with John or does he just go alone?
Send someone with him just in case.
Yeah, Sarducci will go.
Okay. Sarducci and John make their way back to the room past the stairs down, and they go in, and John steps on the second plate.
Here, Sarducci, go back and see if anything changed in the other room. I'll keep standing here.
Alright, so Sarducci's gonna run back and see if anything changed. Did anything change?
You go to run back, and right when you're about in the middle of this hallway here, you step on that plate and you hear this like the crazy like loud horn sounds again.
Okay.
Hopefully
Do you
nothing
just
comes
ignore
this
it and
time.
keep going?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hears it. It's that loud. All right, so you just keep running. That horn is going, and you make your way back into this room that is not drawn here. And it doesn't appear like anything has happened.
Mm.
I'm gonna book it back up and tell him that nothing happened.
Darn. Okay. Unless we want to take chances on standing on more plates and trying to figure stuff out.
Is John hurt?
I am a little bit hurt, yeah.
Okay.
Star of stage and screen, John Hurt.
John Hurt. I don't get that reference. I don't know that actor.
He's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Shame.
I wonder.
Have you ever seen Mr. Megorium's? What the fuck is that movie called?
Wonder Emporium.
Wonder Emporium. It was Heath Ledger's last movie. John Hurt
was
is
it?
the old guy.
Huh. I have not seen that movie,
Yeah.
but it sounds like I'd be willing to watch it.
I wonder if you have to step on each plate in succession as you go toward the statue to make something happen.
Um, I, I feel like you'd have to be really fast to get by that lightning.
I know. I would say we make our little friend do it, but the lightning would destroy our little friend.
Hmm. Is he small enough that he could go under where the lightning shoots out?
I don't think so.
No. Um,
But we either have to do 2 of this, or we've got to go through the room with the 5 head.
that's true. I'd rather take my chances battling whatever that is than almost for certainly getting electrocuted.
Well, it's been enough time now. It's probably a little less wary of the door.
Well, you guys, Sarducci and John are still in that the first room up there, or it's the second room, whatever. So Sarducci and John still in this room up here. You guys down in this room down here.
I say we go and talk to them and see what they say.
That's true. Yeah, let's go meet back up.
So you run back down towards this room, but as you start to get to where the plate with the horn was, you see your path. It's blocked by a creature that is in the center of this hallway. The creature is long and has many legs, and its head has tentacles, and it would be impossible to run past, and it's like right here.
Hey!
And
Can they hear? If we yell, can they hear?
you don't know. Is that what you're doing? Because it's
Hey!
initiative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell for help. Draw my weapons. All right. I'm gonna run at it, make an attack, and let's see.
Uh,
Scream the entire time.
you're screaming, screaming the entire time. I guess it's their way. Ah, okay. Oh, that works. It's already there.
Oh,
Oh!
Bang,
Oh damn!
bang.
Well,
That's a big one.
that was nice. That was not bad at all. So John runs forward. He is screaming bloody murder, and he slashes this thing, and
Yeah.
its tentacles come out to try and hit you, and you just bury your sword into its skull, and it's instantly killed.
Oh.
Well,
So
Oh. Okay then.
so
that
nice
could work.
work there. Nice work there, cause that could have been a little bit hairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. We like that.
So, yeah, not bad. So, you're screaming. By the time John and Craven get out there, the thing is dead, and it's fortunately not something that you have to deal with now.
Cool. Well, you know, I don't know where that thing necessarily came from, but I made swift work of it, of course, as the Schmidts do with their business.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go ahead
yeah.
and check it for orbs.
Yeah.
Does it have anything on it of interest?
No, just these kind of disgusting tentacles. And it
Got
smells
it.
really bad.
Gross. Okay. Um, huh. Well, anyway, we tried stepping on the pressure plates in the other room, and I was told that it didn't do anything. So, what do you guys want to do?
I say we go after the thing in the other room because I hypothesize that the only
Word.
other way to make anything happen in the naked people's room is to step on each plate in succession, but that will cause somebody to be hurt.
Yeah, I would rather not do that. So, let's go and kill this monster thing.
It is a five-headed monster, so maybe we just put a head on each plate.
Interesting.
All
Okay.
right, so then you make your way all back down to this door right here, and of course, uh, Craven had closed the door, and it remains closed.
Uh, how do we want to go about this? Do we just all burst into the room and attack away, or do you want to shoot a fireball up into the ceiling or anything like that?
I didn't really get to look at how high the ceiling went.
If
So-
you shoot a fireball in and then we close the door.
it doesn't work like that.
Ah,
We would instantly be within the radius, or at least I would.
Hmm.
What if I just run in straight across the other side of the room?
Yeah, I like you guys bursting in because I probably won't even enter the room. I'll just shoot magic from the hallway.
Okay. Then let's bust on in there. Ready
Okay.
whenever you guys are.
this poor little guy tied
Oh
to
no, send the goblin.
throw the
Send the
goblin.
goblin to his
Oh my
immediate
god!
death.
Just throw the
Feed
goblin
him.
in the room.
Horrible.
I guess I'll take point and just be ready to charge in the door first and
Okay.
try to
So when
get as far into the center of the room as I can.
when you open the door, are you trying to get into the center of the room? Because it's like the room is not that big. It's only 15 foot across and 25
Oh,
foot long. So it's you can make your whole movement. That's why he had to be careful about the spells because he's like there's not a lot of room in there. So are you trying to get over to that door? Are you just trying to go to the center? Like what's your plan once the door opens?
I just wanted to make room for everyone else and get its attention.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much
think we
just
just
that.
kind of like spread out around the room a little bit. It's not even
Also,
that big, so.
yeah. Also, the hallway from the door that got busted by the lightning bolt is so long that it's about time for that lightning bolt to come back through.
Yeah. 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 If it was that long, geez, about long enough for the lightning bolt to come back through. Um. So. Okay. So if that's the room, this is your door here. This is the other door here. Show me where your characters are headed in the room. Like you open the door, who goes in, and where do you go?
Okay. Damn, my picture's really big.
I think we should roll initiative to see who. Well, unless we
Well, no,
decide
because
who's gonna go.
well, my question is, if the plan is to just throw open the door and like you're running in, you know where you're running. So where are you running? That's my question. So if you're throwing open the door and the three of you are running into the room, where are you going?
I will go to the southwest.
Sarducci will probably go up here then.
Where's the thing?
All right. And you're just go directly to the center. Is that right?
Yep.
And then Craven, I guess, is just hanging right here at the door.
Yep, standing
Okay.
in the doorway.
In the doorway. Gotcha. All right.
Even
So
for, I mean, I'm sure once combat starts, Craven could probably even stay way back because all he needs is a line of sight.
gotcha. All right. So you throw open the door. Roll initiative.
Sarducci has terrible initiative every single time.
Is that everybody?
No.
No.
Tarducci, me,
I don't see Chuck, and I
Hero.
don't.
I am right there. What are you talking about?
And Craven.
Craven.
Craven, don't want me roll for you?
Wait, for initiative?
Initiative, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a. Oh shoot! It did. Yeah, go ahead. It tells me the thing is that it'll just let my rolls go through, but there's that small pop up at the top right that'll be like, you're having trouble connecting to the server. So I gotta reload.
I see. Rough. Okay. Yes. So. All right. So everyone runs into the room other than Craven, who stays at the door. And you kind of take up your positions in the room. Sarducci realizes that he chose poorly as he looks up and the thing is right at the north wall. It comes crashing down right next to him and begins its assault. Let's see.
Womp womp.
Apparently,
So,
it doesn't begin its assault.
well, so the first of its heads makes an attempt to hit Sarducci, and because he's right up against in the corner, up against this north wall, he ducks under the head, and the head smashes into the wall. And it kind of looks like it knocks itself a little bit silly. Unfortunately, there are more heads. The second head, possibly being a little disoriented from the first, completely misses. The third head, however, hits Sarducci, and its jaws bite into his flesh. He receives 8 damage,
Ugh.
and the remaining 2 heads notice that Chuck is also right there, and they attack forward. The first one missing, the second one also missing, and it's Chuck who is now up.
Alrighty.
You're up, Chuck.
I am Chuck. I am up. It's not a 5-headed dragon by any chance, is it?
No, it doesn't look like a dragon. You believe this is some sort
We'd
of
be so
high.
fucked.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
you
a
would be.
mutated baby dragon.
Yeah, no.
500
This
dragon, 5,000 attack and defense.
seems to be some sort of a hydra. You've heard
Right.
tell of a creature like this.
Well, I'm going for one of the heads.
All right, one of the heads that tried to hit you.
Yeah.
So you take your sword and you slash it right between the eyes of one of the heads, and that head falls limp. And there are only 4 heads remaining. And let's see. Wait, did that not put it in the order? Okay. Oh yeah, and then John is up.
All right. I will attempt to do similar. Oh,
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
So in order to reach it, you have to kind of run up toward, like, kind of next to Chuck here, and
Okay.
you attack the other head that he was fighting, and damn if you didn't just chop that fucking thing right off. So
Oh,
now only the 3 heads that were attacking Sarducci remain, and Craven is up.
Well, that's perfect because that means I've got 1 magic missile per head coming for it. I'm just gonna roll it as 3d6 here, and then
We'll just add the +3. That's
I
fine.
didn't put a space. Well, it's going to the different heads. I don't know if you're calculating damage for them differently.
Yeah. If you're doing each head, then it'll be +1 to each die if they're doing separately. So that's
Yep.
2,
So,
3, and
2, 3, 4.
All right. So all 3 heads are hit and damaged, but they are not destroyed. And thing is looking it's looking pretty pissed off at this moment here. And Sarducci is finally up.
Sarducci is going to attack with this weapon.
Oh, it's Staff of Withering.
So he attacks and does not hit. And it is initiative once again.
Craven.
Nice.
And yeah, that's going to
Not
be Craven, Chuck, and Sarducci all at once.
Well, I'll just go ahead and roll my 3d6 again.
Okay. Maybe.
God damn. I rolled it, and then like 5 seconds later, the thing popped up.
Womp 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 womp.
It's okay. I'm in there.
He's in there. So,
Ooh. So
Oh
that
my.
is
Nice.
not bad.
476.
Better than your lightning attack earlier.
so
Yeah.
the 3 missiles smash into the 3 heads. 2 of them, the ones on the side of Sarducci, are completely destroyed and fall limp. There's only a single center head that's pretty rough looking at this point. The creature does not look like it is having a good day at all. Chuck?
Right. Going right for the neck. Trying to decapitate the final one.
Could be. Could be it.
And that is not quite a hit. Almost. But this thing, while damaged, is kind of wily. Sarducci.
Damn it.
Once again,
Mm.
not able to connect. And John goes at the same time as this center head.
Me versus the head.
Oh no.
Oh!
Oh
All right.
no.
So let's see. Who does the head?
The head wins.
Who does the head go for here?
Well, that's not only just who the hell goes for, but what did happen to John?
Yep,
That was a 1.
exactly. So the head actually goes for John. And as John is trying to strike at the head, John makes an attempt to hit the head, but as he's doing so, the gore on the ground from this combat and from previous meals that this thing has made it slippery. And John literally slips forward. And as he slips forward, the creature latches onto him and does 6 damage. And you fall on your face as you're getting chomped into a face full of nastiness in the bottom of this room. Completely prone. And unfortunately, it is initiative again.
Nice.
Ooh. Craven.
All the ones.
And so I guess that's Craven be up.
Oh yeah. Rolling my d20. The hit with a dart.
To hit with the dart. Yeah, that's not gonna be a hit.
And missed by a lot.
Yeah, that is definitely gonna miss by a lot. Because John is down, the creature makes an attempt to attack Chuck. Does hit Chuck. In desperation, doing a big 9 damage.
Ouch.
And Sarducci being up. Oh!
2 whiffs and then
The
boom.
power punch.
With the
Yes.
staff of withering.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
staff of withering, here's what it says. It says
It says.
one hit from this staff ages the victim 10 years. 1 or 2 hits will be fatal to most animals and harmful to many humans. And then it talks
Yes.
about elves and dwarves and halflings
Yes.
and how undead are not affected, and the staff is usable only by clerics. So I hit the thing with that with a 20 plus I gave it 10
Yes.
years of aging at the very least.
So you whack the final head, and the head shrivels up into practically nothing, and the entire creature slumps to the ground, defeated.
So here's the thing. We're all hurt badly.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
me.
have like I've got 3 cure light wounds left. 4 if I use my ring. But then I don't have anything to continue on in the dungeon.
Oh, see.
So we have 2 choices. I could use them all and we could try to, but I mean, I'm literally down to 12 of 30.
I think that you should use one on yourself, and then I'll just like try to stay back and hide away a little bit better.
So I don't know how bad Craven is though.
I'm full health.
Yeah, Craven's
Or not
fine.
Craven, but
Chuck.
Chuck.
Oh, I'm at
I am. I've
27.
exhausted most of my spells though.
Yeah, that's the thing. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we maybe search this room, see what we can find, retreat back to town, and come back another day. I know Steve was thinking, oh, we're going to get through
We're
this
gonna
dungeon
finish
tonight.
tonight.
But that's before we decided to have a 30-minute conversation about tying up a goddamn goblin.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you took your
Yeah.
time at that first room with the plates as well. So that's yeah, that might be something that could be done then. Is that what you
Sure.
will do?
I think what we might do as well, though, is heal. So I'm going to heal here. We're going to do this. So
Heal before you leave the
first,
dungeon? Like
heal
use
bef-
them all
yeah,
Yeah.
heal before we leave the dungeon so that if we encounter anything on the way
on the
out,
way out?
we we still have some stuff. So here's one for Chuck.
Okay,
I
so
can't. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and roll them. So Chuck, that's a big 6 hit points back for Chuck.
Thanks. Nice 6.
All right.
Nice.
So I'll give one to John because I know John's a little hurt.
And quite a little hurt.
All right.
I'm just not gonna roll it. It's already up.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's fine. So John, another big 6. Look at that.
Ooh, nice.
So now I'm gonna
Thank you.
give myself one.
Okay. That's 4 back for Saducci.
And then I'm going to use my ring. My ring is a ring of memory, which once per day, relearn any spell within 1 turn of when it was cast.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
really cool.
I'm gonna recall another healing spell because I'm out of healing spells and give myself another healing.
Okay. Oh, another big 6. Look at that.
Really good magic item.
Not
That's
bad. Not
actually
bad
not
at
a
all.
yeah. All right. So then I guess what we have to say is we're going to go back to town, rest up, get all our spells back. But before that, we should search this room
Okay.
because we got
We got to get the treasure.
to get whatever's in this room. Oh, by the way, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna take our little friend
I,
back
fi-
to town with us?
I figured he probably hobbled off.
Well, no,
Disappeared in the middle of that fight.
Tied up.
he's still tied to frickin' he's still tied. And Chuck didn't say he dropped him. Chuck just ran into the room carrying this dude swinging his sword.
Yeah, that's what I kind of assumed too, that he was just hanging on. Though the little guy probably was wiggling around a little bit.
Extra armor.
hmm All right, so this room, as I said, there's lots of remains of creatures, both humanoid and like deer, like wildlife, that sort of thing. Um, and then there's claws on the wall. It looks like this thing would like jump down here and then like kind of claw its way back up the wall. The walls are 20 feet high, and as I said, outside it looks like nighttime. So that's what you're seeing in this room. And of course, there's the door that you came through, and then the door that you've yet to mess with.
All right, so I say we search this room, see what we can find.
Yeah, I bet there's a fair bit of stuff we could find on the corpses.
Okay, so you are searching around, and as you loot through what you seem to be trying to find, uh, you find the what you believe are the bodies of 3 previous adventurers who perished in this room probably not all that long ago. Somebody go ahead and roll me a percentile.
36.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 2 more percentile.
That's oh
47 and 4.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay. Good. Between the bodies, you were able to recover 420 gold. Oh, hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
No,
Um, there's a single clear gem that could be a diamond.
Clear gem, okay.
There is a sword that looks quite normal, as well as a mace that looks quite normal. And there are 2 unbroken potions.
What color?
Go ahead and roll me 2 more percentiles.
Oh, damn.
D6.
Nice.
The two are, one is kind of a dark red, and the other is a light blue, almost clear.
Okay. Anything else?
And that's just about all that you found in this room, other than two sets of badly damaged chainmail armor.
Leave it.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, if it's badly damaged, it's probably no good. So,
Yeah,
every
it looks like there was a priest and a fighter were two of the characters, and they were roughed up a bit. Their armor's totally trashed, as
okay,
were
so
they.
420, that gives everybody 105 gold.
Okay.
So, next is the clear gem. What do you want to Who wants the clear gem?
I'm always a fan of gems.
Does anybody object to John taking the gem? Hell, John might have found the gem and just pocketed it. Didn't tell anybody.
It's likely.
We'll say that. John has the gem. All right.
Excellent.
I'll do weapons last. So, 2 potions. Who wants the potions? Wizard?
That works for me. I can't exactly add them to my character sheet right now, though.
I'll add it
That's
in.
Okay.
nice.
I'll just make a note as well. Harrow.
Are you taking both?
I mean, shoot, if no one else wants them.
You took the gem. He can have the potions. Because I am assuming that Craven's gonna want, or not Craven, Chuck's gonna want the sword.
Sure.
Because I'm probably gonna take the mace.
Just a normal looking sword.
Yeah.
It's a normal looking sword and a normal looking mace.
Okay.
Normal looking sword. Uh-huh.
Likely story.
Sword. Cool.
I
And then
Let me
mean,
get
I mean, to actually, do you? You said you're almost out of spells. Do you actually have detect magic?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a wand that does detect magic.
Ah, that might have
But if we're
charges.
trying to figure out if this equipment is magic, I would rather go back to town and then just do it like when it's not wasting a spell slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you
I don't
there.
want to waste a charge on something like this. I'd rather save the wand for when we need it now.
Right, right.
So were you trying
All
to
right.
make it back then to the entrance?
Back to the entrance, back to town, yes.
Leave no door unbroken.
No door unbroken. All right.
Including the one that we haven't even gone through. That's already got a big old hole in it.
That's true.
True. That is true.
Before we leave, I want to peer through and see if I see anything through the hole.
Okay, you're gonna peer through that hole. So if you
A
look,
goblin
if
chops
you
your
look
head off.
through there, oddly enough, there is a very, very short hallway going north, maybe less than 10 feet, and another door. That second door has a scorch mark and a hole through it, but
I
it
can't see
also,
that
Not as big. Not as
but
big.
it's not as big, and also it's it's weird. What you can see is that door, it's boarded up.
Interesting.
Boarded up after the scorch mark.
Yes, like the boards that have it boarded up are scorched.
So before the scorch mark.
So yeah, so it looks like it was boarded up before the lightning bolt.
Okay. Well then, boss number 2 lies behind that one after we get back
But it's
from the
kind of
town.
poorly boarded up, let's put it that way.
Well, there were goblins here.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely surprised.
So you make it back up to the first floor, and you're able to get out without incident, and you make it back to town, and I'm assuming you're gonna like hang out at town until you're like healed up, until you're
Yeah.
able to like kind of chill a couple of days.
Yeah,
Since
that
you're
sounds good.
back in town and you have a little bit of time, I will go ahead and tell you that those weapons are not magical. They're just standard weapons, and that after a little bit of experimenting, you realize that the potions that you have, one is a potion of giant strength,
Which is the red.
the red, and the blue is a potion of water breathing.
Ooh.
Honestly, kind of useless. I already have water breathing, and I've taken it every single day.
That's funny as hell.
Because the thing is it's like you don't need water breathing until you do.
Exactly. That's true.
So
You
it's just
definitely
good
don't
to.
need it until you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will
Well,
need that.
I don't know that we can really do too much more tonight. This is
Yeah.
probably a good place to stop. Um, the next time, of course, we have a chance to get back to this one, we can do that. Hopefully next week we will be playing the main campaign, our Up and Away Nova Destiny.
Woo!
Woo!
Race
Woo.
time.
Uh-oh.
But I guess we'll
Well,
see.
Are we gonna do it live on the 2BUs?
I don't know.
Sure.
I was gonna ask you guys about that. I don't know. We still wanna.
I I kind of think that we ought to just do that.
Yeah.
I think that we ought to just skip the other
Twitch.
platform completely.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm here
It's
for that.
it's way more work for you,
It
right?
is way more work for me. That's true. Yeah.
It's way more work for you. If we go live every week, it's just live every week. It is
Mhm.
it is dicks in the dark. It's raw. It's uncut.
Raw,
Oh, it's raw, all
uncut.
right.
it's
Yeah,
thick,
I
raw,
I
and uncut.
actually have, if I'm not mistaken. And now here's the only thing is you guys can't see it, but I do have this, which is the opening um to Nova Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
On here, that could be that could be, oh wait, that's wrong. That's not where I wanted to go. Back to here, yeah. So, as long as I'm not derpy, I can do the a little bit of the intro of Nova Destiny straight to here. So, yeah, we could totally do that. That would work.
I say, yeah. I just say we just do live. We just start going live every week. Make sure that Jay knows that we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, presumably I'm gonna try and get everybody's gonna show up before we go live, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
like I
the
said,
idea.
we just because we get more bots on the other platform.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
We,
True, true,
I mean,
true.
the only person that we know that shows up is Michael Nelson, and he probably shows up and then doesn't pay attention. So,
Yeah, I'm
Is
down with the
Yeah.
YouTube thing. I think it's just a better platform.
mhm.
is
Yeah.
I wonder if is that JT? I wonder who is in chat. We got a Jason Arturia. It says
Somebody's
bedtime,
actually
see
in
you
chat.
next week, and game over. Yeah,
Probably JT.
I
would
feel like
think.
that's got to be him because I feel like that icon, that's a very J icon, and the Jason, like it definitely
Mhm.
seems like it's probably him. So it looks like he might have popped in. I'm not even sure when those messages popped up there, but neat.
Cool.
Cool. Well, thank you for anyone that is here. If not, anyone that watches this in the future. Um, we've
Yeah.
been Dicks in the Dark. See you
That's
next
true.
time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey, don't
Bye.
forget to like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the
Share.
bell for
Hit the bell for
notification.
notifications.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
Follow
Every.
Patreon, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also.